We've all been there, locked in a conversation that turns into a debate, and before you know it, you're not even listening anymore. You're just defending yourself, defending your view, your logic, your identity. And when someone challenges it, it feels personal. But why? Why does the need to be right run so deep that we'll risk connection, peace, even truth itself just to protect it? At its core, the need to be right is a survival instinct. From an evolutionary standpoint, our brains are wired to seek certainty. It makes us feel safe. And the unknown equals danger. The known equals control. So when someone disagrees with us, the primitive brain interprets it as a threat. Neurologically, disagreement lights up the same regions of the brain as physical pain. And that's why arguments literally hurt. It's not just about opinion, it's about identity protection. Your brain goes, if I'm wrong, I'm unsafe. And here's where the ego steps in. The ego's job is to maintain a consistent sense of self. A story about who you are, what you believe, what you stand for. And when that story gets challenged, the ego panics. It says, no, this can't be true. I know how the world works. The ego thrives on certainty and comparison. It wants to be right because being wrong means losing control, and control feels like safety. But here's the twist. The ego doesn't care about truth. It only cares about comfort. It would rather be certainly wrong than uncertain but open. And that's how it keeps itself alive. Now multiply this by 2. Your ego and someone else's, both trying to defend their identity, both trying to be seen, be validated and safe. No wonder conflict happens. It's 2 nervous systems fighting for survival under the disguise of a conversation. And when you need to be right, you're not listening anymore. You're preparing for the next argument. You're filtering everything through confirmation bias, searching for evidence that you're correct. And the moment someone disagrees with you, you feel offended. Why? Because the ego doesn't distinguish between my belief and myself. So disagreement feels like rejection. The need to be right kills curiosity. It blocks growth, empathy, and connection. Because when you're right, when you stop learning, and when you're wrong, that's where the expansion happens. Think about it. Every major evolution in life probably started with realizing something you thought was true wasn't. Being wrong is actually how consciousness evolves. It's how we move closer to truth. People get offended not because of the words themselves, but because of what those words threaten to undo inside of them. If someone's sense of self is built around a belief, whether it be political, religious, cultural, then disagreement shakes the foundation of who they think they are. It's not your words they're fighting, it's their own identity unraveling. And sometimes that's terrifying. So instead of looking inward, they project outwards with blame, anger, defensiveness. All shields protecting the fragile structure of being right. So how do we move beyond it? Notice the reaction, the physical reaction, the rush of defensiveness, the tightening in your chest. That's your ego saying, protect me. Just observe it. Don't act on it. Ask yourself, what are you actually defending here? Is it truth or your identity? Am I afraid of being wrong or curious to learn something new? Pause before responding. Let the emotions settle. The goal of conversation isn't to win, it's to understand. Be willing to say, I don't know. Those 3 words are liberation disguised as humility. They create space for growth, connection, and deeper wisdom. And when you release the need to be right, something beautiful happens. You stop defending yourself and start discovering yourself. You realise that truth isn't a trophy, it's a living, evolving awareness. You open to new perspectives, new dimensions of understanding, and new levels of peace. And the irony, when you no longer need to be right, you often see more clearly than what's actually true. You can be right or you can be free. Only one leads to peace. And intuition, that quiet voice beyond the ego, it doesn't care about winning arguments. only cares about the truth.